Welcome everybody to the San Diego Chargers NFL 2K5 franchise. It's great to finally be starting, and I hope to have a great one here with the Chargers. I want to do some big things with this franchise, including interaction with the viewers. So if you're excited, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with the franchise, because there's certainly more on the way. We're going to start the 2004 season off in the preseason. I wanted to play these 4 games to get to know the team. We all know who the leader of this team is. It's superstar running back LaDainian Tomlinson. We have a long way to go to take this team from 4-12 to playoff contention, but having a player with the caliber of Tomlinson will make that easier. Joining LT in the backfield is Pro Bowl fullback Lorenzo Neal. In year 1, the team will be reliant on the running game, and these are the 2 guys you want leading your rushing attack. I plan on starting veteran quarterback Drew Brees over rookie Phillip Rivers. I think Brees' leadership and accuracy will allow him to play mistake-free football, while Rivers has time to develop a little bit more. Looking over at the defense, the captain of this unit is veteran interior linebacker Donnie Edwards. I'll be looking at him to shut down the running games we'll be facing this year. The other player on defense I wanted to highlight is third-round rookie from Oregon, Igor Olshansky. I think he'll be a player that'll surprise us and be a key of this defensive unit in the future. Before we jump into the game, I wanted to highlight the moves I made to this roster. The first was to sign a 4th quarterback. I wanted to target a quarterback who was more of a running threat, to try some naked boots and PA passes, with running as the option if the first read wasn't open. Former Pittsburgh Steeler and Oakland Raider quarterback T. Martin fit that role. Next was to sign a running back who had a little more power than rookie Michael Turner or LT, who were the first and second string running backs. I signed former Red Raider and Colt Ricky Williams to a 2-year contract. I saw the Chiefs had cut their 6th-round draft pick Jarris McIntyre and signed him to a 2-year contract. McIntyre will line up on the outside when we need some speed and will be our primary kick returner. I'm really unhappy with the state of our tight end room. We have young players, but with the emphasis on running the ball and throwing short, quick passes, we need a veteran tight end to be there for Brees while the younger players develop. I saw that Super Bowl champion and All-Pro tight end Shannon Sharpe was available, and I had to sign him. Moving over to our defensive signings, I wanted to add some depth to our linebacking core. I saw Charlie Clemens was available, and I signed him to a 2-year contract. He'll be competing with Ben Lieber for the starting job. Looking at our interior linebackers, I didn't like what I had in Zach Marino, so I signed former New York Jet Marvin Jones to pair alongside Donnie Edwards. I also wanted to add some depth to the secondary, so I signed former Buccaneer and Super Bowl champion Tim Wainsley. Those were all of the pieces I added in free agency, but I wasn't done with off-season moves just yet. Our talent at wide receiver is lacking, to say the least. I spent a while looking through every team's 2nd and 4th option at receiver, and found a guy buried on a depth chart who could easily be our number 1. I sent Jason Fisk and a 2005 3rd-round draft pick to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for wide receiver Josh Reed. I made one last trade, sending offensive tackle Courtney Van Buren to the Cincinnati Bengals in exchange for a 4th-round pick. I then made a few cuts of guys who had absolutely no hope of making the roster. First up were running backs Leon Johnson and Jesse Chapman. Our last cuts were receivers Ryan Caruso and tight end Josh Norman. These are our current depth charts to start the preseason, but they'll be adjusted once the regular season begins. Looking at the ESPN preseason rankings, the top 10 are defending Super Bowl champions Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, our division rivals the Oakland Raiders, the Tennessee Titans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, the New York Giants, the Indianapolis Colts, and finally the Atlanta Falcons to round out the top 10. We're ranked all the way down at number 18 to start the preseason. To start off the preseason, we'll be hosting the Washington Redskins, followed by 2 road games against the Jets and the Steelers. We'll end the preseason by coming home to play the Buffalo Bills. With all of our offseason moves out of the way, the next episode will be the full preseason highlights. But I want to know what you think. What players are you excited to see? What are your thoughts on the Josh Reed trade? What are your predictions for the 2004 Chargers final record? Go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me anything you want to. I am incredibly excited to get this franchise moving, and I hope you'll join me on that journey.